Yo, I put it like wow, this that sound. These dogs don't work hard like me, I hope they know by now. Bayo Bab, stand my ground. Bro, these money trees go overseas like Percy Tau. I make sure you stay around, quiet when I'm under loud. No negatives allowed, me and positivity took a vow. I always play to win, don't anticipate loss. Mind always in the clown, my boy. Never think about the drop, never ever ever think about the drop.
Fans, it is the MKT Show. You know, working around these guys is, I'm not often actually in studio on time. And by that I mean like, I'm not here like 45 minutes before, 30 minutes before, but today everyone had a cracking day. James set the tone, he was here early for work. Yeah, Senzo was here early, and it means we can get into studio, have a little chat, and some of the most electrifying content. And sometimes I wish I could save it for the show. Happens before the show. I got introduced to something today, but we will talk about it. That happened just before the show began. You know, it is the reason I like doing this show is, number one, it's great for my ego because my name is attached to it. So that must be very clear. It's always about me. That's incredibly important. But I love doing it with my friends, and a lot of these guys are not well by all sorts of metrics and measurements. As you can see, the hashtag today, James is so proud of it. What a time to be alive. You know what? I'm not alone in the studio. I'm here with Senzo Sitebe. Senzo, what's happening, pal?
What's up, buddy?
You are something else.
What did I do, dog? You're crazy. You're a lunatic, bro.
What's news, pal?
Nah, nothing, bro. You know what it is. You know the vibes.
I do know the vibes. Something that happened before, there was a little bit of controversy. You were pushing back at me. I was saying, you know, you got to comb your hair before we go on the show. I'm not really outing you. You know, we all forget.
No,
stuff.
you are outing me, but it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, dude, comb your hair. And I made some other accusations, but I don't want to make those accusations on air.
All right.
But now your hair is combed. You are looking handsome. How'd you sleep last night? What's the news?
Oh, slept like a train de jour. Magnifique.
Oh, yeah?
You know what it is.
Yeah,
You
because
think this comes easy? I'm joking. There's some of us who can, there's some of us who can't. Malik chief. Stay in your lane.
So
the aim is not to sweat. You feels me?
Yeah. that handsome life ain't for everybody.
Hey boy, I didn't say I was handsome, but I have to shoot for
So you're saying that I mean, we can maybe cut to Senzo and
I was born this way.
so
I woke up like this. What else are the streets saying?
that you are living a different life.
Ah, bro, I'm built different. I keep telling you.
You have said this. You mentioned it,
I'm
and
built different.
it's a pleasure to
One
be
of
around
one,
you.
boy. My style cannot be duplicated or repackaged.
Huh?
But that's another conversation.
It's a different conversation.
Anyway, how are you, my man?
Dude, I am in awe of being with you. It's great. James is here. Devenge is here. Devenge saying he has not. Devenge, our camera guy. Camera aficionado. It's unfair to say camera guy. He does big zooming in, big zooming out, timing at the end. You know, overexposure, underexposure. Those are camera terms. So Devenge might think I don't know those things, but I do. So he's out here. He's never ever worn. Yesterday we spoke about Cavella. I don't want to cover that.
You know,
ground
he's
again.
lying, bro. Man, let's keep him off fire. We need to go on that show.
No, like he's a rapper as well. You ever seen Devenge's music video?
No, you guys told me about it.
Yeah, because he's living a different life on the video.
Hey, bro, he's.
Those ladies on there are. I just, you know, I'm not saying he's objectifying women, but those ladies are beautiful. I mean,
Hey, bro, you see, and you say, these are the real guys.
Yeah, it's the ones that are.
Low key under G, bro. You know, real
Hey.
G's move in silence like lasagna. So like,
I'll show you the music video. Devenge. I mean, that's the kind of people he's rolling with. I am not
we're
ready.
small time, eh?
No, we're not ready. We're not ready for that. Like you always say, stay in your lane. All right, we are a sports show. Plenty more shoes to be spoken about, but we'll talk about that later. Cristiano Ronaldo has returned. It's official. He will wear, of course, his number. Barcelona. Is there a lesson to be learned there? Social media, we'll get into that with Senzo, of course. And then I want to talk about who's the next guy in football. Everything's settled now. We've seen Ronaldo and Messi move, but who are the next 2 or 3 guys that are being lined up? We'll talk about that and so much more. Remember, if you're on YouTube, please click like, and remember to like, share, subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend. Otherwise, please make sure to get onto the podcast. That is cliffcentral.com, the Cliff Central app, Spotify, Apple and Google Podcasts, and wherever else you get your podcasts. Remember, Apple Podcasts, give us a rating. You know, you might say, Senzo, comb your hair more often. You're handsome. If you don't comb your hair properly, you know, it takes away from the product. Leave that as a comment. Hashtag, what a time to be alive. This is the MKT Show. Plenty coming up after this. Well done.
right on,
Right on, pal.
right on, bro.
Broadcasting needs to be redefined. You know, I don't want to be stuck in
Exactly.
the past. All right, Senzo, I want to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, let's just get straight into it. Ronaldo is back. But before that, I think, you know, so just so people know, you know, in the mornings, James does the graphics. James does everything, right? He's a Swiss Army knife. He's one of the most interesting characters you could ever wish to have around you, just across the board. Fantastic guy, but it is a treat to sometimes get to see James's process and how he thinks. And James does that thing where his process inside his head, it comes out of his mouth. So he doesn't have that filter yet. I don't know if that's, obviously that must be correlated to people that aren't romantic, is that they can't keep stuff in their head. Although, should probably communicate ways to be more romantic. But that's a different subject. This morning, James storms in the office as I was doing some prep, having an online meeting, and he said in exciting words, is we brushed over something, I want to talk about it, and I thought this has to happen. All right, Jimbo, I mean, we're living in this world now. Cristiano Ronaldo, obviously, at Manchester United, but do you feel that we as the content producers have not done enough for this show? Firstly, how are you doing, pal? What is going on?
Hi, I'm good.
Mm.
I'm good. Can you guys hear me loud and clear?
Sure. We can hear you loud and clear.
So I, while I was setting up the graphics and stuff this morning, I realized we've brushed over something and it's made me awfully sad. Right? And this is what it is. I'm going to show you.
Okay.
And this is why the hashtag is what it is.
Let's hear it.
Right?
He's
We're
so
living
proud.
a movie, guys. Guys, we're living, and for people that don't understand, right? The movie Goal was released, I think, early 2000s. It was around the main character, Santiago Munez.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you say this guy's name, but and he played for Newcastle in the movie, and he was like a Newcastle legend. And now we're living a movie, guys.
So you're suggesting Elon Musk was right, is that we are living in a simulation. I mean, this can't happen. For those who don't know, Santi Munez, of course, in the first one, he kind of makes it to Newcastle. It's an impossible dream. When does he meet the beautiful girl? There's that blonde vixen that he meets.
I think
That's goal 2 and
That's goal 2, yeah.
Okay, because he's not successful yet. He's not at Real Madrid.
no, it's
Yeah,
not Real Madrid.
yeah, he meets her at a hospital, I think, or she's, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, a lot of people haven't seen Goal. All 4, I'm told, are available on YouTube. If you haven't seen Goal, it's one of the greatest football films of all time. But James, you are dead right. This is worth it. If you have seen Goal, you totally understand what James is talking about. Newcastle have signed a Mexican teenager called Santiago Munez.
They're trolling us.
When life imitates art.
They're trolling
The Matrix is broken, guys. Like,
James, shout out to you. We have brushed over this. It is incredible news. If you haven't seen Goal and you don't get this joke, listen, some stuff's for us, you know? Like, people always say, oh, the listener's always right, is, hey, you need to get over yourself. We work really hard. Some stuff's just going to be for us. So, this is hilarious, James. It's totally worth the wait. Santi Munez, I mean, dude, Instagram's going to be on fire with this guy because, hey, the whole season... He's gonna sell the most shirts at Newcastle.
Does anybody know anything about this real life position or past team? Nobody knows anything?
No, he's alive and Mexican, from what I know.
Just a rando, huh?
Just some guy. I mean, unbelievable stuff. All right, life imitates art. We gotta love it. Santi, shout out Santi Munez.
Santi.
You gotta watch Goal. Hey,
Goal is the one.
have you seen all of them?
No, I've seen 1 and 2.
Why haven't you seen 3? What do you mean?
You haven't seen Avengers, so like...
What does that have to do with anything?
No, I'm just saying, you haven't seen Avengers.
Are you gonna watch Goal 3?
Oh, absolutely. You know, me and Trash.
It's on YouTube. Now, let's get into that. I mean, you are into watching... What is your thing about... You'll watch anything, huh?
Because it's so sensational, bro. Like, you don't believe, like, these people are actually doing what they're doing. Like, seriously, like, you watch it and, like, you're shocked, but you're not shocked at the same time.
Tell me about a show that we haven't spoken about. Keep On My File we've spoken about. What's another one?
Oh, yeah, Jola 99.
We are Jola 99. All right. I think people know what that is, but I haven't
You haven't seen it?
No, I've never seen it. I don't have a TV at home yet.
So what happens is that... Oh, Joop Joop.
Okay, some context. Who's Joop Joop?
Joop Joop is... Mulemo, he's a former child star. Well, he was a child star presenter. He still is a presenter. And then he went to prison.
What happened there?
Because him and his friend decided to drag race on a strip. And they ended up killing kids.
Yeah.
Running them over with their cars. And then, yeah. Supposed to serve 25 years. But now he's out, you know. But now he's terrorizing people's relationships. So what happens is that... So it's Cheaters of South Africa.
Okay.
So what you do is that, you know, if you suspect that, you know, your other half is not, you know, making the pots and, you know... The spark is gone.
Yeah.
You suspect that, you know, they've stepped out on you.
Yeah.
So what you do, you call Uchup Chup, you give them all the information, what your person does for a living, you know, where they used to hang out and stuff. And Uchup Chup puts a PI on him or her, and comes back with the information and tells you, yes, your person's definitely cheating and they're at this place. But this is what's currently happening. And then the confrontation is the best thing ever.
That's awesome. Now, South Africans and Americans are so different.
Yet the same.
I guess humans are humans. But talk to me about, where do they confront people? Do they ever
Oh,
go
public places, my G.
like work? Have they ever
Work, mall.
at work?
It goes down anywhere.
Wait, what do you mean at work, Chief?
Let's say the person that you having an affair with is at your workplace. They will come to your workplace.
At work?
One expose it.
But now that's too much.
What do you mean too much?
No, because
Who said you must have a work wife?
No, that's too much. That's too much, because I don't mind if you catch a cheater, right? Like I'm cool with it. Like, you're cheating, hey, whatever. You can't come and go and affect someone's job now.
Bro, you affected your own job by...
No, like, dude, people are like, if you're cheating, and because cheating becomes cheating when they find out. You know what I mean?
Sure.
At that stage, you're just a terrible liar.
Sure,
You're just a horrible person. But
Sure.
if you pitch up at my work now, you're bringing my personal and my professional together. So what's that called?
Oyachola 99.
We are Jola 99.
Bro, Jup will walk into a public place and he'll be there to do his own things. Then you'll see people just scatter.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's a good point. So he walks into a restaurant.
Oh, it's mayhem, bro. Especially like if you were the guys with female company.
Yes.
Just say, pretend to make a phone call.
All right, shout out to Jub, and so it's obviously working because he's got.
The ratings through the roof, man.
Oh, let's go, Jub, dude. I'm so happy.
He's there to terrorize people.
I'm
bro.
so happy for him. Okay, so people are cheating. They come to your work and they say, employee number 35.
And Chup is such an instigator. He'll come there. My man, why are you doing this to her?
So wait, is the partner coming with?
Of course.
Oh my god.
Because do you know the confrontation only happens when, let's say, you and your side piece are out.
So I'd love to see an episode where it's a girl being confronted. Has that happened?
Everything.
Yes.
Man, woman.
James, let's quickly ask you, because obviously your beautiful lady wouldn't do this and you'd never cheat because you're a good Christian boyfriend. But hypothetically, right? Hypothetically, you go out. Obviously, I don't know, you're out there vibing. You're going to go buy the latest sort of version of Apex Legends. You know, you got your swag on, crash, boom, bang. You've obviously had your McDonald's for breakfast or whatever you do. Although you've gone healthy now. So you've had your sort of low fat yogurt with like a fruit and whatever you've had. And now you go, oh, I'm going to go to Apex Legends. I need the add-on pack or whatever you nerds say. And
Whatever you know, say.
crash, boom, bang. You know, you find out there's your lady with somebody else. Your immediate reaction, I'd love to know. Oh, like, I mean, you don't have to answer that, but how brutal is that, dude? Like, imagine you were cheating on your lady and Jub pitched up here. Like, how would you feel about that?
No, but like he only pitches up like where you two are most likely to be seen together. So he's not going to confront you by yourself.
Wait, you two being...
You and your side piece.
Okay, all right, I'm with you. Whoa.
Oh my god.
That's for the drama, dog. So if you confront me alone, what fun is that? Because now you're only going on speculation. He wants to catch you red-handed in the act.
Blood, yeah.
So he tells you for like a bit and sees how you maneuver with this other person.
Yes.
And then he goes to your partner and hits them with the, yes, you are right, or do you want to go confront him? And he's currently with this person. Because like, where would the fun be?
I feel like it like being caught cheating,
Yeah.
regardless of how you're caught, has the potential to be one of the most awkward and terrifying situations ever for any human being.
No, 100%. Like, because it's almost like somebody who robs a bank. You know, their ego always, nobody knows, nobody's ever gonna catch me. They never. And then, like you say, it must be terrifying.
Yes.
It must be.
The heart racing feeling. It's just like the entire experience must be.
It's the thrill. That's why people do it.
Horrifying.
So, like, if you ever got caught, so I did find myself, like, I wasn't in a relationship with this lady, right? I did find myself in a bit of a situation once. I was working at a ski resort in Canada, and she wasn't my girlfriend. Like this, and
But that doesn't count though.
no, but the situation got escalated. It sounds like if Jub Jub had been there, it would have been this show, right? It was crazy. Like, Skier is also crazy. Everyone's drinking, everyone's nuts. Most people are good looking there, except me. But I got caught in a situation where that kind of happened, but so I may or may not have been making out with another girl, but I was in like a different ski town just down the way, you know? And crash, boom, bang. Never seen this girl there. We never went there when, like, we used to hang out, but she wasn't my girlfriend. She walks in, scene. Just massive scene there. And I wasn't feeling guilty because she wasn't my girlfriend, but I know what you're saying. That was, like, such a horrible feeling. Like, now everyone's looking, everyone thinks I'm the worst human in the world in public, you know, like, as well.
My thing is that must be on you then. You sold her a dream, hey?
No, like, we were hanging...
Listen, this is very simple. What was your intention with this girl? Was your intention to make her your girlfriend, or did she get ahead of herself?
In my eyes, she got ahead of herself.
Did you ever have that discussion? Because you know girls will force it on you. That what are we? Oh, takes the fun out of everything.
Look at that trauma.
Oh, you haven't had that conversation. Now you're being forced now to have a girlfriend. You must. Intention, guys. Intention. This is how you get out of things. What are we doing here? Are you my girlfriend? No. Then she can't cry spilled milk. She can't. Go cry wolf. When catches you, charge it to the game. This is how the streets operate. Keep it moving like a drive-by. But if she was your girlfriend, then you're a dog.
Keep it moving like a... Wow.
Wow.
No, guys, seriously, intention. If you're just out here for vibes, then she can't be upset. You're a free agent. You know, you're training with different clubs.
Guys, that's why I recommend the vibes. Because with the vibes, with great vibes comes...
No,
great...
but also this thing of having a roster is also stressful.
So wait, hold on. With great vibes?
With great vibes comes great...
You see.
Times.
So now, James, it's interesting that... wow, Senzo, by the way, that was electrifying content. I just want to tell you, from the trauma to just explaining how the streets work. But
like a drive-by did.
It's incredible. So, James, your thoughts on sort of, at the moment, it's obviously, you know, I want to talk... I can't speak for women. I like, please, whoever you are here, when you listen to this, I can only speak for men because I identify as heterosexual and male. I'm not speaking for women. I don't know how women think. But it's suns out, buns out now. And now relationships are about to be tested. Let's be real. We've been locked up in houses. And it's not just guys who do this, by the way. I'm just saying that I know guys. Now, basically...
The transfer window is open, basically.
And also, it's also been... Not only is the transfer window open, great term for it, is that guys have been locked, whether single or in a relationship. Like, I just know how guys are programmed. Shout out to every single relationship now in summer, because... There are some people who upgraded the summer body thing. There are some people who went full on lockdown body. Now, James, your thoughts just in and around the thoughts and prayers I've got for mostly ladies, because I know guys are going to be out here and the streets are rough, as Senzo has said. I mean,
the streets are cold.
Do you have any thoughts on what I'm saying about suns out, buns out?
I think you make very valid points.
Because guys are thirsty.
It's going to be... I think we've gone from like being in super winter and super cold and lockdown bodies, like you say, and whatever, and now that it's about to be warm and we're not in lockdown level 86, and we can actually leave the house, I think the streets might be a crisis, and those people that truly belong to the streets in their hearts will come out.
That's so true, dude. Well, hey, in their hearts. Shout out to every relationship that's about to end over the next month, bro. Because that's going to happen. Like, I'm not wishing it happens, but guys have been locked up for 2 years now.
Bro, but listen.
Plus, now, I don't care how much you love your girl.
And guys are dogs, bro. Guys can be dogs.
Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm not saying... I'm not better than anyone. I'm just saying I know what it is.
Yeah.
And shout out to every relationship that's about to end. Just because guys have been locked up as well. It's not just... Like, I don't care how much you love anyone. Like, I love my mom, but like 1 week at home on holiday, I care.
Yeah, you need time to miss somebody. That's the thing.
But now, like, you know, being in a relationship when we're all doing our thing, I'm at varsity, I'm at school, I'm at college, I'm working, is very, very different to our home office right? And most people, young couples, are in an apartment, so it's not like you're going for a walk in the garden when you're fighting, or just life happens. Your mom's fighting with you now. Your lady's saying, "Yeah, socks on the floor." You know what I'm saying? And now your lockdown body, she's not happy. Whoo! The streets are. It's gonna be blood on the streets. Let's be honest, blood on the streets. I mean, I gotta say, 20-30% of the relationships in the world in South Africa are about to go through a testing period, James. I mean, thoughts and prayers.
I've actually been looking forward to summer and spring for a while now.
Why?
I feel like I'm just kind of over this whole cold thing and the lockdown body thing, and that's why, like, this month I'm making a real effort to do the health thing.
Yes, man.
And I'm just like, yeah, it's gonna be fun, like, you know, swim and hang out with the squad and do the things.
Talk to me about this before we wrap this one up, James. You know what I've always thought is an awkward situation, and I don't know how to address it. I don't know if you've ever had to address it, Senzo. I'm not sure if you had to address it. Have you ever seen like a couple that get together and then one lets themselves go and the other forgets to keep up? You know, like, so one smashes the gym, one forgets.
I'm that one that forgets.
Oh.
Yeah.
So now, okay, let's talk about your situation. You brought it up. And plus, your girlfriend's been trapped near farm boys in the northwest, so they are always in great shape. Afrikaans guys as well, so she probably prefers that. Real Afrikaans, not fake Afrikaans guys like you. Talk to me about that whole situation. And obviously now your relationship is more on the rocks than it ever was, because as soon as you go out, sun's out, buns out, sun's out, guns out, she's also going to see guys that are like, oh, that's what James used to look like. That's murder. That's got to be murder to hear. I'm not sure if anybody's had this conversation with you.
So I actually had a very interesting conversation with her the other night about this, actually.
What's this? For those who can't see on the podcast, what do you mean about this? He's pointing at a region around the middle of his body.
My food baby that's decided it's staying rent free.
Oh,
Okay,
and what does she have to say?
So I told her, like, I think it's honestly been like a tough winter, and obviously also lockdown and all of those things, and like she's been super supportive about the whole thing, because I'm like, okay, cool. I said I was gonna make an effort last month, and I kind of did, but not really, and you know, I've been here and there with the eating healthy and the blah blah blah, but like I said to her, I'm just over not feeling. I don't feel great most days. It's because of the like rubbish that I eat, or you know. So I said to her, like, I'm actually gonna make an effort now, and she's been really supportive about it, which is really nice.
So did she address it? Did she come to you and like, hey pal, what are we doing here? Look at me, I look like a supermodel. I mean, if I go out here, basically what she's saying to you is, look here, pal, I've got options. I can't be seen with you out here looking like you're in your third trimester. Basically, that's what she's saying. She may have been a little bit nicer because she's a good person, unlike me. But is that how she presented it? Like, hey, what's going on? Or how did she bring it to your ever-expanding waist attention?
It was more me, because we were talking about, like, sort of my mental health and her mental health and stuff. And I brought up the whole, like, me not being that sort of happy. And a lot of it, or some of it, stems from my food baby.
Yeah.
But she's been diligent, honestly. Like, she hasn't really sort of brought it up in any way. And throughout the entire sort of winter period, she's worked out after work and gone for walks, and she's been really good at it and eating healthy. And I've grown my little love child.
All right, James. Now I have to ask. I mean, we've taken up the whole segment with this, but we're here now because this is good stuff. People need to hear this. What is, like, now I struggle to understand what's in it for your girlfriend being with you, because you're not romantic. Plus now it sounds like you're chubby stick. So what is actually in it for your lady? I'm not saying you're chubby, because you know I'd never body shame. But what's in it for her? I don't understand why she's staying with you. Yeah. So maybe you could let me know what is in it for her.
I'm a dope dude.
According to who?
Her. Obviously. Duh.
So denial's not just a river in Egypt. Shout out to you, James. You know what it is, bro? Is you are the guy that I'm sending out thoughts and prayers to, because you are at this rate, especially if, I mean, your beautiful lady, she's been smashing it the whole time. Poor.
I'm a truck now, dude.
And I know how ladies are. I nearly fell into a trap last week. A friend of mine, she's also diligent. She has commented on your grammar, and she's beautiful, and she's got that body, and she wanted me to go bikini shopping with her, like as that buddy. I'm like, get the hell out of here. I'm like, yeah, get the hell out of here. I'm not doing that for 3 hours. But that's what your lady's been doing in the Northwest, right? And you don't realize it. And I know what you're thinking, James, is you're going to go to the pool parties, the squad, whatever. She's going to be looking like she's looking. And I always try and say this to people. Nobody's going to come from Cape Town to you know, do what they got to do around you. Sometimes in the squad, they may go, oof. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it will, James. I'm not saying there's lions in the camp. But I'm saying you need to keep an eye out, especially since you haven't. Yeah, what I'm saying. Did you see where I'm going?
I'm pretty sure the squad has noticed the extra love that I have to give.
Well, no, it's not about you. I'm saying I'm sure you got a few single friends, and stuff happens, bro. If your lady's looking unbelievable, I mean, it sounds awkward, but I just want you to keep an eye on it. You're gonna have to come correct, as the streets say.
Weirdly, at the age of 24, I've got no single friends.
That is weird.
It's weird, huh?
Well, you guys in like some Christian circle?
I don't think I do. No, I don't. I have no single friends.
Okay. Oh, good. Hey, you don't have to be single to cheat, though. Just so
That's gospel. That. Those are bars.
In fact, those married guys are the.
Oh, bro, have you seen people going into the Baron on a Friday?
They thugs. Hey.
The streets, guys. Never underestimate the streets. It's a jungle out there. Dog eat dog, bro.
Your thoughts on? I mean, when I said thoughts and prayers, I didn't realize. I mean, I have been saying it for a while, and people thought I was bullying James. But thoughts and prayers to his relationship. His lady is looking unbelievable right now. James is letting the squad down, and unfortunately, at this level,
James is playing with fire.
Listen, at this level,
You can't,
if you're not performing, and his lady's probably thinking, we need to get in the top 4. That's where the revenue is.
I love the analogy.
You'll
It's
get
true,
cut
though.
from the squad.
It's true though. You know, when people are free agents, like when they're looking for a transfer, you know how ruthless people are.
Because we know what happens with Wonder Kids. You know, they start to feel themselves. That's what happened to James. Thought he got comfortable. Oh, look how beautiful my lady is. Oh, no, none of my mates have a chick as hot as mine, bro. Ha! Meantime, James, you let yourself go now. Yes. And now it's suns out, bounds out. Imagine now. She's having cocktails with her friends in the Northwest. You know how those farm boys are so fit, bro.
Hey, they move different.
Thoughts and prayers. And James is my guy. Oh, man. It's probably going to affect the quality of the show. Oh, all right. You know, just a moment of silence in the break for James. I mean, that is tough. That is tough. But hey, good for his lady for dating in her league and upgrading. So shout out to James's health journey, but he is very, very single in the very near future. And that is tough for me to say because I really, really like James. He's a fantastic guy. All right, he'll cry his tears alone. Folks, this is a sports show.
Hey, bruh.
This is a sports show, but we're doing real life. We'll talk Ronaldo on the other side. Good call.
Great call. Eh?
Huh?
People get to come here, get relationship advice, hear how the streets are moving.
Listen,
This is golden, bro. This is
the great Robert Marawa is not dishing out this sort of advice.
at all.
You know, and I mean, he's great. He's a Hilton guy. We obviously class, different level. But there's no way Rob's not giving you this kind of advice. I mean, I think he's giving you the greatest sports show in Africa. That's a given. Hey,
Yeah.
the greatest football
clean,
coverage
clean.
in Africa. Big time reporter. Hey, by the way, Rob Marawa, great hair as well. Hey,
He's got a hairline.
speaking of
But
which,
they used to do him dirty though.
what's the story?
Sometimes his hairline used to look like it wasn't, but that's
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 why are you
beside
hating on Rob?
I'm not hating. It's what I'm observing, but whatever.
Speaking of great hairlines, I'm not sure if our sound guy, we can maybe get him on screen quickly. I mean, listen, I say sound guy, but he does so much in the studio. This is one of the greatest hairlines going right now, and Senzo is quite jealous of this.
I really am not, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, he says that it's, you know, Welcome in the back has maybe the greatest hairline of all time. Welcome, I just quickly want to get your take. People like Senzo, I think he's jealous of what you got going. There's a lot of snide comments, you know. I don't want to make those. There's a lot of asinine things being said by him. But Welcome, that hairline, is that natural? What are we doing there, Pop?
No, this is natural hair.
Look at that.
This is natural, fully natural.
Oh, that's unbelievable. So what are we doing there? Is that hair products? That's unbelievable.
No. I'm keeping it old school. You know, after getting myself a bath, Vaseline, Baba, just a little, just to give it that moist. You know,
it gives it that extra thing.
Old school.
And I mean, let's just get a look at that hairline one more time. It's just unbelievable. And you know, Welcome. There's a lot of people who pay money to have that rejuvenated.
Yeah.
People like Senzo, I don't know what's happening with Senzo's hairline. It looks good for now. Senzo, I mean, you can see that. There it is. Senzo, is that receding a little bit, or is that, you think that's going to hold?
What this? Nah, me, dog. Don't worry about me.
You're right, eh?
Let's go, Chief. I'm grand.
All right, there it is. I mean, so that's now you know everybody in the back.
It's not time for
Welcome.
It's not time for Litwadi yet. I told you about Litwadi.
Can you maybe, before we get into Cristiano Ronaldo, what's a Litwadi?
So Litwadi is when you go completely bald. And you know, Litwadi is only for like, you know, men that have seen proper life. So once you hit a Litwadi, it means like the barber, the guy who does your hair, or if you do your own hair, like if you stare into it here, you can see your own reflection. And you can only hit Litwadi with a razor. There's no machine, nothing. Litwadi. And those people, you know, those are the sole providers, the breadwinners. People that are allowed to give life chats and life lectures.
Yeah.
They only qualify for Litwadi.
Litwadi. All right. Good stuff. Incredible. Yeah. Okay. Welcome. Great hairline. Senzo is just an unbelievable human being. All right. Cristiano Ronaldo's back. And you know what? Real life is about expectations, right? And let me tell you something. If you want to manage your stress levels in life, right? Anger and stress come from there's always one situation, right? It is the gap between your expectation and what actually happens. What you expect and what actually happens determines how angry you will be. Listen, ladies, guys, the last time you fought with your partner, think about it. It's he or she probably said, but you said. So expectations are murderous if you're not realistic. And folks, we have to face something. We all are who we are. I know we idealize ourselves, and the tragedy is this. Men lie, women lie, numbers, they don't lie. Folks, if you don't believe me, you know, in life is when you let your weight go. I'm just making an example we can all relate to. It's very difficult to actually come back. Bad habits are so difficult to recover from, and even just to start the recovery period. It's hard. It is hard. Cristiano Ronaldo he's returned, and the fans expect to win. I know, as Man United fans, we've seen Senzo. He has been unbearable on the WhatsApp group, but they expect to win. Ronaldo's back. Varane, Jadon Sancho, as you can see, they expect to win now. But I have some bad news for you. Is that outside of your feelings, the numbers are not good. Because we are who we are. My father used to say to me all the time, and he still will, I'm pretty sure he's saying it to somebody somewhere, is that, folks, life is about what is your character. Because in crisis, that's what you defer to. That is your default setting. And repeated behavior, he used to say to me, becomes your character. So if you lie to people a lot, you'll become a liar, right? Without thinking about it, you'll automatically become a liar. Repeated behavior becomes your character. I just want to say this to Man United fans. The last 8 seasons has been 7th, 4th, 5th, 6th, 2nd, 6th, 3rd, and 2nd. And that sounds good. Hey, we came 3rd, we came 2nd. But the average, the median of that is 4th. Which means actually what you are in the last 8 seasons is the 4th best team in England. That's not me saying that. It's the numbers telling you that. And what that means, going on from there, is that, folks, unfortunately, that is now Man United's character. It's not 2 years of average, it's 8 years. And let me tell you what that causes. Cristiano Ronaldo, there will be tension, folks. There'll be tension, and it'll be above Ollie, actually. Cristiano Ronaldo, at that level, he puts tension on the organization. And it's got nothing to do with Ollie. The organization is the 4th best organization in England right now. Whether you like it or not, that's what the numbers tell me. The numbers tell me Manchester United is the 4th best organization. Cristiano Ronaldo is the best of the best. And he's not going to change because Cristiano Ronaldo arrived at Manchester United at the age of 18. He's been the best ever since. That's never changed. Ronaldo is not faking being the best. He's not doing it on Instagram. Ronaldo has been the best since he was 19 years old, right? The best or second best since then until now. So his character is naturally winning's a given. Because I give it everything. Winning's a given. Manchester United, it's been rocky. So there's going to be incredible tension, and it'll be interesting to see. This is the first time Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to have to manage things. Because he came in and it was, let's just recover, let's hold it steady. What happens when Ronaldo says, because Ronaldo can go straight to Fergie, we know that, we know it's going to happen, is that this guy can't coach, this guy can't this, he's not like you. You think Fergie won't, listen, Fergie will have a finger within that dressing room. Lingard's still there, Ronaldo's still there, Carrick is the assistant. I love Ollie, but trust me, Fergie is still a godfather to those guys. I know how football works. I've been in that circle. I know how the olds, they feature. Folks, that's going to be a situation. And now we'll see what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is as a coach. Because your character is revealed in crisis. Repeated behavior becomes your character. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is about to have probably the hardest job in the history of English football. This will be the hardest job in the history of English football. Because there's also another interesting dimension for me. Is that I don't know when the last time was if you don't live at home anymore. So I'm 35 years old. So I go home every now and then. But by about day 3, right, when your mom still treats you like you're 15, it's enough. Cristiano Ronaldo left as a, 23, but still, relatively speaking, a boy. Cristiano Ronaldo that has returned is a different lion. So when Man United asked him to do stuff before, he was very happy to do it. Cristiano Ronaldo now might say no thank you. Ollie expects him to be in photo shoots. No, thank you. Yeah, that'll be an interesting sort of dimension to observe as well. Man United, the relationship is not what it was last time when Ronaldo was around. When you go home to your mom and she still treats you like a little boy and still makes you clean up the room as though you're 15, that's different. Trust me. Hey, if you hear me, if you're 35, you go home, you're making a little bit of money now and you got your own place, you're used to, you're used to your own thing. You like your coffee where you like your coffee, and then your mom, dad, you go home and they start to treat you like that. Ronaldo's come home a man. He left a boy. He has come back a man. And the man of all men. What's that going to be like? And I've seen it in business, not just personal relationships before. Because there's one more dimension. Folks, Leo Messi will win the Ballon d'Or this year. And when Manchester United don't win and they're not in the Champions League final, what do you think Ronaldo's doing about that? Fergie, sort this out. And Fergie sort this out. Alex Ferguson is the least loyal person in the history of the league. Because what does he do? I want to win. Winners are loyal to themselves. Ronaldo's loyal to himself. Ronaldo only has 2 peak years left. He knows that. So I'm really, really interested because Ronaldo will not wait. He cannot afford. Honestly, folks, if United are 3rd or 4th, 15 points off by December, boy oh boy.
I hate to agree with you, but you're right. Because now the fixing period is over now. And with signings like that, guys are going to expect to win. Which is not far-fetched. You know what I mean? Which is not far-fetched because Ronaldo he didn't leave Juve to go step into another situation of, said, listen, the pieces are here.
Yeah.
And the pieces are there. The pieces are there.
And Ronaldo will tell you, I'm here.
I'm here, exactly. I didn't come here, to just barely make it into Champions League. No. I left. I came back better and stronger. I'm the guy now. And the guy's not going to settle for, for clapping for other people. No, bro.
Dude, it's such a good point. And
No.
As you were speaking there, you were making such a good point, dude. Is that, like, I remember in my 20s, right? So I had, like, 2 awesome girlfriends. But I was just...
You weren't ready.
No, I was wilding out. No, like, terrible, delinquent.
Sure.
But it's such a good point to what you're saying, is that, like they can't wait. They, like you said, they realized, they were self-actualized grown-ups who were doing great things. It's like, no. Eventually, it's just like, no. I should be... This is how it works at this level,
The way you put it, actually, because you can't... It's like meeting somebody, right? And they've been used to certain things their whole life.
Yeah.
And then you say, no, they've got high standards. No, bro, you can't meet their standards. That's what they're used to.
Yeah.
Your job is to maintain, at the very least.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they're regressing.
And Ronaldo's showing you what he'll do when he's not happy.
Like, no, you've seen it. You've seen it. And also, but like my thing is that now you were backed. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was backed. If Ronaldo really wanted to go to a ready-made situation, he would have said, listen, guys, it was romantic. The history has been written and whatever. But guys, I'm going to City. Like, I want to be remembered as, a guy that's holding Manchester like this. The fact that he came back means there were some assurances made to him.
Now tell me this, because something that ups the ante. Cristiano Ronaldo sees Leo Messi win Ballon d'Or, and if PSG dare get to the final even next
of
year,
the Champions League, yeah,
and he sees it, and like you say, he's watching it from either Europa League final or he's watching it at home.
Yeah,
I can't see how that goes well for Oli.
Because that's what we're saying. It's make or break now for Oli. Because the thing is, like, I don't think Ronaldo will be upset if United give it a full go.
Yeah.
And we challenge for the league, and we lose the league by like, to burn him, but it'd be like, okay, cool. I'm coming back stronger, hungrier. But this thing of being like 15 points off in January, February.
Yeah.
If you're 15 points off January, February, you're not, guys, you have to face facts. Like, it's not going to go well for you because that means you weren't even close.
Now, you've brought up a really interesting dimension there, all right? Is now you as Man United, it's kind of been 2 decent rebuild years, I think, with Oli.
Yeah.
Like, we used the third, second, is because you're making a choice there. You're saying we're going to blow up the future, right? Because Oli may need another 2 years to get it back to whatever.
Yeah.
You're saying, and it's an interesting one, because I think Man United are caught in a dilemma.
Yeah.
Blow up the future now, the Oli, the whole foundation. If Ronaldo gets upset, do we blow it up, what Oli's done and brought us this far? Or, because, how long do you think Ronaldo's got left at this level?
2, maybe 3 years max.
So are you including this year in your 2? So this year, next year, let's be honest.
Understand, guys, after you see, I'll put it to you like this. After next year's World Cup, you might see Ronaldo say, okay, cool. Like, it's not going to be like intense because he knows he's got 1 major tournament left.
Okay, so that's 2 years. Let's say the next 2 seasons, it's Ronaldo as we know him.
Yeah.
Do you blow... Because do you feel Ollie's at least gotten United back that feeling of we're Man United?
Yeah, somewhat, yeah.
Now, do you blow that
It's
up?
only going to feel real once he brings in a title and he tastes success.
So are you willing... Because you put yourself in a position...
Yeah.
Do you blow up the progress with Ollie, right, now, for Ronaldo getting upset for basically 1 good year? Because you write this year off if you don't do well.
My thing is that, okay, right, if you didn't think the team was ready-made or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Why did you, sign Ronaldo? What did you sign him to come do back here? For that for what he's earning, You know what I mean? And
I'm with you.
And then you look at the pieces that they surrounded him with.
Yes.
Dude, you don't go get a 73 million pound talent.
Yeah.
If you don't think that's, you know, it's
Last number.
You don't go get a serial winner, a guy that's never lost a final in his life.
Yeah.
To come partner a guy that cost you 85 million pounds.
Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka cost 50 million.
Yeah.
We saw what Luke Shaw is.
Yeah.
You've seen what Paul Pogba is.
Yeah.
You've seen what Bruno is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's time. And
otherwise, what are you doing?
So that's interesting. So
And
you're saying...
you're giving these kids an example to look up to that, guys, this is a serial winner. This is what we'll tolerate from here on out.
Yeah. This is interesting, though. Do you hear what I'm saying? Because you do have a decision to make there. Because if you go with Ronaldo, and let's say you let Ronaldo choose the manager, and that happens all the time, by the way. Superstars pick the manager, largely speaking. Is if you go the Ronaldo direction, you've got to be willing to say is you're picking him for 1 year. The whole of Manchester United is in Ronaldo's palms now. How's that for a gamble on a 37-year-old?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like we've made.
How do you feel about that? Have you thought about?
No, I have thought about it. Dude, do you know what this signing? Besides the Glazers wanting to apologize and whatever, they're saying, dude, we've gone all in. They bet the house, basically. You've basically bet the house. You can't tell me otherwise.
So tell me this, okay? Because you know, I love Cristiano Ronaldo, but even he couldn't in probably of the big three leagues, it's the easiest league. Even he couldn't get Juventus there, right? On his own. He couldn't.
Yeah.
Do you think the rest of the squad, like who in the squad, Varane aside, who else is a winner? I mean, proper.
Like serial winner.
But also that mentality. So it's not just...
Bruno Fernandes has it. But that's because probably Bruno's probably used to it as well. Because now he plays with him in Portugal as well. So, dog, if this doesn't galvanize us, then I don't know, Skruleyil. Because look what are they trying to say?
Woof. So you're saying Ollie out, if it's not going well by January, he's gone.
What more?
Boy, oh boy.
But look at it from what more can be done.
You've done what you must, eh?
You said to Ollie, okay, cool, interim manager. Okay, give us some sort of stability.
Yeah.
Cool, you've gotten us into 2 Champions Leagues, right? You've come 3rd and 2nd with half decent signings, right? Bruno comes back. Bruno comes into the team. It's already another notch. Then you go get Varane, world beater.
Yeah.
Then you go get Sancho, the talent you've been chasing for. You've hounded Dortmund for it.
I'm with you.
And then you go add a cherry on top like Ronaldo.
So here comes my question then. Let's go through a Man United starting 11 that we can imagine, right?
Yeah.
And I just want to, because for me, where I think the tension will come is I don't see another guy, like Ronaldo at Real Madrid was dogs. Ramos, Marcelo, Xabi Alonso, Cruz,
Benzema.
Like guys that are like, of course we're going to win. Forget that it's a gathering of talent. We've seen people gather talent before and suck.
Yeah.
So, at goalkeeper, who's he going to start? Henderson or De Gea?
De Gea.
And I'm not sure on De Gea as that
But the
guy.
thing is, even if you're not sure on it...
Yeah. Okay, so De Gea.
Yeah. My thing is, Mbulelo, let's look at this logically.
Yeah.
You're paying a guy £375,000. The only guy who's paid more in Man United's team is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay, fine. Now, tell me, De Gea, he's not getting into Liverpool's team. He's not getting into Man City's team. And I don't know if he's better than Mendy or not. I've seen only one...
But look, you know what De Gea is capable of.
Yeah. But be fair. He's not getting into Man City.
Yes, I get that.
Is he getting into Liverpool's team?
No.
Okay. And Mendy, probably not. I think he's better than... Or he's at least proven more than Mendy.
Yeah.
Mendy's had one good season. Let's not get hyped, right?
That's the thing. But the thing is, you've seen what David De Gea can do.
So he's probably the 3rd or 4th keeper in the league, right?
Yeah, but like that's currently.
Yeah.
Pound for pound, guys. Peak for peak. We all know you were picking De Gea above every one of those clowns.
See, I don't know because he can't play football.
But my thing is, no, Mulelo.
Okay, so you like De Gea.
Yeah.
I'm saying I wouldn't take De Gea over either Brazilian.
But listen to me.
Peak De Gea, by the way.
But listen to me. What I'm saying is because, dog, prime David De Gea. How many points is he worth? How many points does he add to you? 9 to 12.
Fair enough.
9 to 12. And 9 to 12 points is a lot, guys.
Yeah. So are you okay? So De Gea. Okay, I'm saying question mark. De Gea, because I don't feel him. I never have. I like him as a shot stopper. I don't know. There's a lot I don't like. Okay, but fine. I'm saying I am not sure because a lot of people think David De Gea is also like Schmeichel. He's not. He's got 1 Premier League title.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's also not that guy.
Exactly.
Right back, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Crystal Palace. It's been nice. It's been vibes. He's not allowed to drive anymore.
Yeah.
What has he done?
Can defend though.
But still, like
Yeah, true. Okay, I hear you.
him or Trent, I don't like. But I could get Trippier. Trippier's an upgrade.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if you agree. Kyle Walker, Cancelo, Reece James.
Yeah.
So he's certainly not getting in the proper teams, right?
Yeah.
Like you're a proper team. I got a question mark.
But also the thing is, if there was interest in Diego Dallo,
yeah.
my thing is as well, look at the people that we let stay.
Yes.
That's depth. So now you're saying, dude, we're challenging for everything. Because you could have easily said Martial, out.
Got you.
Lingard, out.
Yeah.
Diego Dallo, there's interest for you, out.
Yeah.
Bailly, out.
Okay, so the one centre back, Varane, okay, he's certified, hey? Varane.
Certified.
That's Maguire, as much as I love him, what has he done? Like
Maguire, the thing is, do you know what my thing is with Maguire?
Mm-hmm.
Maguire needs somebody that he's sure of playing with him.
And then we get what? We get the best Maguire.
Yeah, you get a very decent Maguire. Because, guys, let's be honest, Harry Maguire has his mistakes, but like, Harry Maguire can't play with somebody that he has to babysit.
But for 85 mil, I shouldn't need to.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not I'm not justifying his price tag or whatever. But that's what I'm saying. Look when he plays next to somebody that's proper.
Yeah.
Look when he played next to John Stones and Kyle Walker.
Yeah.
What that does.
So, but still question mark because at Chelsea, forget it. He's not even making my bench. I mean, Chelsea's so loaded in the centre back spot. Liverpool when they're proper. VVD, Gomez. Who you taking? You taking Maguire over Gomez?
Probably.
Okay, so he gets in.
You're not going to take him over VVD. VVD is the best centre back currently in the world. Probably. Well,
yeah, no, I hear you.
Yeah,
he's
Rolls Royce. Yeah,
and he's probably not making the City squad. Maguire, like get out of here.
Exactly.
So I've got a question. So what are your thoughts? Legit or question mark on Maguire?
I say Varane makes him better.
Legit or question mark on Maguire?
Legit.
Okay, so that's 2 legit. Luke Shaw, we don't need to speak about. Obviously, shout out Luke Shaw representing for the BB Dubs.
This is the tricky bit, though. You see where you're about to, the positions that you're about to come to now. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Fred, what are we doing there?
That's the tricky bit because Fred only looks great next to.
Okay, so question mark.
Question mark.
McTominay is injured now. Who's the other guy? Matic.
That's the thing.
Your thoughts? Oof, that's brutal.
Yeah,
huh?
that's brutal.
Okay, so question mark.
Question mark.
Okay, so we're just going to quickly run through it. Now, I'll let you pick this because I'm... Okay, so we got Bruno. Like, okay, fine, that's fine. Because he's playing at the top of that sort of triangle at the base. Bruno can just do what he wants.
Yeah.
So he's certified. All right. On the right, who do you start in your best 11?
Right on the right wing.
Yes. This is now United flying November. We figured it out. Everyone's fit.
Based on the numbers and what I've seen, I have to say Jadon Sancho.
Okay, so Sancho. And is he certified or still a question mark? Has he...
He's young, but for the amount of money we paid for him and what you've seen him do, like you back him.
Why didn't England start him? I'm very interested in why Southgate didn't back him. There's something... You know what? I'm going to put a question mark, even though the talent is not in doubt.
Question mark.
But he's brilliant. I think we can all see that if we can get his head right, Jadon Sancho is an animal.
Yeah.
He is an animal. So question mark there. Okay, CR7 on the left, eh? Or where are you playing CR7? Okay, tell me your lineup. Who's on the left?
Left. I'd have to go with... Left, Greenwood and Rashford have to pick it. But I'd put Rashford in.
Rashford. He feeds the kids. You got to play him. Hey? I mean, what do you want? Kids to be hungry?
Yeah.
So... And Rashford's certified. I mean, the numbers are insane.
Yeah, exactly.
Second
highest. So since August 2009, second highest scorer at United after Wayne Rooney.
So listen, future Man United captain and statue guy. He's just certified footballer. You know what he is? He's not a forward. He's a baller.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus, figures like Marcus Rashford, and I think we don't often appreciate greatness when we have it, and he's so young.
Yeah.
But Marcus Rashford he's the holy grail. The institution of football respects you, and I don't know anybody with a brain who doesn't respect Marcus Rashford as a player.
As a player, exactly.
So not only, even footballers, like, hey, that's a dog.
Yeah.
He's a guy, he's an awesome guy, he's doing that stuff. And you know, sometimes when guys go social justice warrior, it becomes too much. Not with Rashford.
Or do you know what I'm saying? Or do you know what needs to happen then? Because McTominay is not there,
Yeah.
right? You sacrifice Matic.
Well, let's go with, because Ollie likes to play two at the base.
Yeah.
I just want to get a full lineup out.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rashford on the left.
Yeah.
Have we settled on that?
Yeah.
And okay, I class him as certified. I think Marcus Rashford is brilliant. You know what I like about him as well? Not only brilliant, he tracks back.
Yeah.
He's honest. He's got football character. It's like
Yeah.
Sancho will see in Germany. It's fine when you hang up front.
Sure.
But here, and then up front, CR7. I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's quickly run through it. So one.
But I'm not putting Matic there. That's the thing. Because the thing is that Paul Pogba needs to play.
Are you playing Pogba next to Fred?
Fred a bit deeper. Pogba,
Oh, so you're playing one holding mid.
yeah.
Okay, and your thoughts on Paul Pogba? Certified?
You
or
have
not?
to, dog. You have to. If you've got pieces like that, dog.
So I'm. By the way, just so you know, I'm out on Paul Pogba. I don't think he's
Yeah.
world class, but you think he's certified.
You have to.
Okay, so you say certified.
You
All
have
right,
to.
let me quickly run through it. De Gea question mark. Aaron Wan-Bissaka question mark. So that's already 2. Fred question mark 3. Sancho 4. What do you think Ronaldo is thinking when he looks at this? Maguire.
They have to. He's telling them, guys, it's going to be uncomfortable, but this is where people must start taking responsibility now, right? This is where people must start taking responsibility. Paul Pogba, bro, you've played in World Cup finals. You've been to major finals in Europe. What are you? You're turning 30. You're staying 30 in the face. Come on, bro. Come on. And you know, if you leave here, you think Pogba's not aware of that? If you leave here without having achieved anything at United, you have failed. I don't care. What did you come back to do? You have failed.
That's so, dude. It's a hard truth to have to say.
But you have failed. Pogba knows, dog. He's been to World Cup finals. Played in Europe. Pogba's played in every major final there is to play in world football. Every final that he can play in, he's played in.
And you know what the sad reality is? Like, that kind of personality needs to be loved. From Real Madrid, I think there's 3 unique football institutions in the world. And sporting institutions.
Yeah.
Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and Manchester United. Everything is down from there. When you leave Manchester United, everything is down. Real Madrid, down. Bayern Munich. I believe those 3 are special.
Yeah.
Of all the institutions in the world, love them or hate them. You just, whenever they say no to you, or it doesn't, everything's down. If PSG's down,
Yeah.
I don't know what you think.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. Hey, maybe we'll do that subject is how much pressure is Pogba under the season?
But he has to.
I hear you, bro.
He has to. What's Paul Pogba's excuse? Guys, we've shielded this guy. We've coddled him for so long. And guys, Pogba is not the talent thing. For me, my thing is with Pogba, it's the responsibility, guys. For a guy that talented and a guy who's been there and won World Cups and stuff. No, guys. I love Paul Pogba. Don't get me wrong. I love him. You know I love Paul Pogba.
Yeah.
But once Ronaldo gets there, do you think he's not having that conversation with Pogba? Dog, you were supposed to be the guy. You were supposed to be the guy.
Take us to hey, Senzo, I hear you, bro. And listen.
Guys, these are world beaters. These guys are world beaters. Maguire with Varane, guys.
Yeah.
To babysit Fred and stuff like that. Dog, you tell me Varane, like... That's why I say you can only afford to play with one now. And if Fred is not careful, if McTominay comes back and Fred is busy Mickey Mousing.
Hey, listen, it's real life. This is real life. Like Paul Pogba, return on investment, ROI, it's a real thing. Man United's a company. My God. Cristiano Ronaldo is going to take expectations through the roof. I believe there'll be tension. Let's see how it goes. Plenty more coming up on the other side. There's cricket on, by the way. We'll catch up with that a little bit after this. Unbelievable. Senzo, what's that making you feel, pal? Giroud. No. Giroud's Olivier Giroud.
There he is.
I was at that game, by the way.
There he is.
I'm in Russia. Crash, boom, bang. That's going to happen.
But now what
if you're on the podcast, you have no idea what we're celebrating there. James has cut a video of Cristiano Ronaldo.
In the Champions League.
Senzo just nearly fell off his chair, so excited.
But now, you see that finishing and stuff. Now Ronaldo just knows where to be. You saw last night what he did for Portugal.
You know who else it puts pressure on? Aaron Wan-Bissaka. The delivery has to be right.
It has to be on point now.
Because Luke Shaw's doing the things. Luke Shaw's doing the things.
And you see, that's why I say Pogba needs to play, because counter-attack what Paul Pogba does?
Yeah.
Rashford, where are you?
Yeah.
50, 40 yards.
Yeah.
Cross. Or to Bruno. Rashford here. Ronaldo, Ronaldo.
Listen, I think, in all seriousness, there's what this does do is that United are going to score 85 plus goals, right? I mean, now there's just so much firepower.
It's a lot.
Now De Gea is on the hot seat because it's been 2 poor seasons. Maguire's on the hot seat. Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Hot seat.
Because what's going to happen is just teams can attack less against Man United just because the threat of Ronaldo, Rashford, and Sancho on the counter with Bruno delivering that service.
You're going to get less of the ball.
You can't be on the front foot unless you're Man City. They're the only people, and maybe Chelsea
that are going to take it to. That are going to take it to you.
You can press United. Is now
maybe Liverpool as well.
Yeah, I mean that Jurgen knows one way, right? Is by the way, Mswenko now. But it puts tremendous pressure on United's defenders now. There's no excuse. There's no excuse because
the front will take care of itself.
Basically, what you're doing now, very rarely, it was when Liverpool were humming 3-4 seasons ago, Virgil went to another level because he wasn't actually defending. He's just sweeping up.
Exactly. Everybody knows what their job is.
And you're just tidying up at the back. Now, United, Maguire's been exposed because people are turning him.
Now as well. Okay. Rashford or Sancho, you are having an off day. What happens? Let's throw on Cavani.
All right, let's move on to another sport. Manchester United are not the only thing happening right now. There's something called cricket. England versus India. Folks, you won't believe this. It's a unicorn. It's a test match that matters. Hasn't happened in about 3 years because the ICC are just a bunch of bums and they don't know what's going on. But a test match that matters, worth watching. I actually have something to do this weekend on an international break. But it's the first day. England, India, 4th test. Drinks break. Not sure why myk.com have put an exclamation mark ×3 on drinks break. It's not really a big event. Happens twice a session. But okay,
every hour.
It's obviously a thing for them. 6 maiden overs on the bounce from England, and India reached 28 for 1 after 13 overs. No runs for India since departure of Rohit Sharma. 28 for 1, no good, by the way. That is not a good start.
Listen. It's been 37 dot balls for India heading into drinks. 6 overs of just 6 maidens.
Where's this going on? Where's this test match? Do you know?
Let me find out.
I mean, Listen, India are under enormous pressure here.
I think it's at the Oval, if I'm not mistaken.
They are under enormous pressure because if you lose this test, it is massive pressure because in the 5th test, and it's England, there's probably rain. You don't want to be doing this. You don't want to be playing the 2-1 in that last test. This is a test match that matters. I cannot wait to spend the entire weekend.
Yeah, it's the Oval. It's at the Oval.
This weekend, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm watching.
Can I just say, do you know how hard it is to find updates on Twitter for cricket?
Go to Cricinfo.
Why aren't you using Cricinfo? Yeah.
Guys.
It's literally called Cricket Information.
And I've sent you something.
And there's an app. I mean...
No, but then I click on the tweets that sends me sometimes, and then it just gives me like a whole bunch of emojis or like letters that don't make sense. It's all a weird time. I'm doing my best. But that's why... No, what I'm doing here is I'm validating the drinks break, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Is what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, let's maybe get a better Twitter account. This grammar is terrible. Although, having said that, James, you probably identify with them. Your grammar is maybe some of the worst
he's not
in
really,
the northern suburbs of Johannesburg.
He's not really a cricket guy as well.
No, but besides that, that's no reason to have bad grammar.
But my thing is that, like, now, okay, cool. Now, with India now, it's going to be interesting. Because Rohit Sharma, if... In India, guys, let's be honest. If 2 guys don't bat for India doing badly. And we've seen this happen countless times. If Rohit doesn't fire or Kohli doesn't fire, it's a wrap. Because they set the tone. Because Pujara is just there to hold it. Pujara, 150 balls, he'll make you 13.
I'll tell you what's been interesting to me is, like, nobody's going to say it because he's such a... It was the same thing with Mahendra Singh Dhoni for me. And it's because the numbers are so impressive. And, you know what, in the cricket world, India is such a big force.
Yeah.
And they have to sell it hard, right? Because the ICC is basically run by India.
Sure.
Because they signed the worst deal ever about 5 years ago, basically selling cricket to Australia, India, and England. Shout out if you know, you know. But you know what the thing is? I think Mahendra Singh Dhoni, I've always argued this, and also with Kohli now, is they're not actually natural captains.
They aren't.
They just want to play cricket, but because they are the biggest star,
they're the face.
It was actually like Sachin Tendulkar. He wasn't a natural captain. Like, if you're old like me, you remember a guy called Mohammad Azharuddin.
And Saraf Ganguly.
Yeah, shout out to Azharuddin and the match fixing, but I mean, that's a whole different thing. But he unfortunately, you know, if you've never played sport, it's why I think all kids need to play sport. I'm not saying you need to go elite. But, and again, I'm speaking from a guy's perspective.
Sure.
Is that captains pick themselves. Like, every coach, every team that I've ever been in where the coach tries to pick the captain without observing who do the guys gravitate to, who plays the music in the change room, and I went to boarding school, so I saw it. Captains,
live,
leaders pick themselves.
Absolutely.
And I think India have made that mistake twice in a row now. But okay, fine, let's just stick to Kohli. I think it's too much for him. It's not his natural personality.
He doesn't want it, bro. He doesn't want it. Because the thing is, do you know who you see it with, guys? You see it, there's a guy, Graham Smith, guys. Graham Smith, not the best batsman by no stretch. But who was the guy? Who was the captain?
Nice.
In a dressing room with like Jacques Kallis and stuff. You saw Abby de Villiers when they gave him the captaincy quickly.
No, choked. It's not his thing.
Amla, they gave it to him, what did he say? Quick, fast.
I'll give a quick boring philosophy and psychoanalysis lesson. It's called an error of correlation, right? Because unfortunately, and I wish life was this simple, you know, people think, like, it's difficult to explain, you know. It's, you know, the people think causation, right, is correlation, right? And it's not. Both ways, it's not. It doesn't work both ways, and correlation isn't causation. And it's difficult for people to distance themselves from he's brilliant, so he's the leader.
Yeah.
Not everybody who's brilliant. Some people just want to play football.
Yeah.
Like, Leo Messi is another guy who I've never felt as a captain.
But like,
but because people say, oh no, he's Maradona. No, Maradona was a different beast. And like, as much as I love Leo Messi, he doesn't have the Maradona thing. Like, nobody follows, like, he's just so awesome. You have no choice to say he's the best.
Yeah.
But he's not that. Like, Maradona was awesome for 4 seasons in football. I've been to Napoli. you would think he was Italian.
Dude, do you know that 1986 World Cup? My dad says it. He says it's like you're watching a movie because everything gravitates towards Maradona. Oh, there's a throw-in. Maradona's taking it. We need to win. Who do they look to? Maradona. And even besides like the football or whatever, even when he's having bad games, he's affecting the game in another way. Not just his talent. And like, do you know, for me, I also have the same argument with Joe Root. Joe Root doesn't have that thing for me.
Yeah.
It's because he makes a buckload of runs. For me, do you know who the guy is in England? Fully fit England. It's Ben Stokes.
Unfortunately for him, you know, and I think it's a good point. I would agree with you. He's just been too controversial for English captain.
Exactly.
Like Smith was fine for us. We can live with South Africans. You know how we roll.
Yeah.
Even, I mean, you look at the Australian Smith. That's fine for them because we know Australians. Yeah. Steve Waugh, perfect. Like edgy and
Ricky Ponting,
I'll punch
perfect.
You. Perfect.
Michael Clark is the only one that's not like. He's also got that edge to him, but you can see Michael Clark as a general.
No, he's that guy.
You can see he's the general there.
He's that guy.
You can see he's the general.
And I think you probably called the one captain they've had since Azruddin, who's for real, is Ganguly.
Saurav.
He's proper, because you know what? If you go to like high schools and I see it all the time, I think back to primary school, it's kind of trained from there. It's just make the best behaved or the most popular guy the captain. It's not how it works. And I feel for people that are never exposed to sporting environments because they don't understand that leaders pick themselves.
But like, it's like this thing, you know, guys. Do you know when? It's like when at an old boy school when we're voting for head boy. Guys, we all know who we're voting for. It doesn't just like happen.
By the way, head boy in my year, nobody wanted him. He was the worst choice ever, and it was the most disrespected prefect year of all time. If you shout out 2004, you know. If you know, you know. Teacher's favorite. We don't get the hell out of here. I'm not listening to that, Oak.
Honestly,
I'm riding my bike. You know what? I'm riding my bike to St. Anne's now, and you know what? He knew very well. Like, so my house that I was in was the sporting house. We knew that guy. Get the hell out of here.
Because the thing is, like, we also had the same thing. Because the thing is, guys, we know what the head boy is. Head boy, guys, is the guy who's an all-rounder, who's got his finger in every pie. Like, academics, he's grand, but he may not be the smartest guy, but you know he's thereabout. Sports teams, he's there. And where most of the friendships you make are on the sports field. And also you're seeing him out in a social environment as well. And you see, okay, that guy, he has that thing. You know what I mean?
And
and teachers can't make that decision.
There's no leadership course for that. And I'm afraid Virat Kohli, like, if you're not that guy, you're not that guy. There's
simple.
And I don't know if there's a sort of psychological analogy for it. I don't know. But if you're not that guy, you're not that guy. And I know lots of people who look like that guy until you ask them to be that guy.
To be that guy. And not everybody can be the guy.
And I think if you didn't go to boarding school, it's so difficult for me to explain because, you know, in boarding school, the nice thing is you get to see everybody all the time in good and in bad times. If you go to day scholar, right, is you see people highlights package, you go home, mommy and daddy make you food and it's safe. Sure. Like there, I'm talking like, I remember as I'm thinking about it, our head boy, like, we used to get at it, right? The guys are going at it, stuff goes down, it's boarding schools, testosterone everywhere, Oaks aren't having it, you know? Yeah. Our head boy, like a couple of times, tried to sort it out. The Oaks are...
Well, who are you? Get out of here.
No, but Oaks are physically tell him, get the hell out of here. But there's certain Oaks who the teachers they're not even prefect. Once they step in and they say, gosh, what's going on
in the bud.
Oaks.
Come on, Oaks.
No, Oaks, not.
It's not the Hilton way.
And there's Oaks who just speak once.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a nerd, I've got 7 A's. Pal, no one cares.
Who cares?
No, like, no one
cares. See
cares.
the head boy before, when we were in matric, that guy's the people's champ. People knew that if you want Mr. St. David's, it's that guy.
Who's that guy?
Graham Gallo.
Proper. Who's the rugby guy from St. Was he... James, you had that rugby guy, the St. Stithians guy. Everyone told me. I mean, I heard about him.
Innocent.
No, man. Who's the guy who played rugby in... I think he's in England now. Who was the head boy? Wasn't he?
John O'Ross.
John O'Ross. Let's go, pal.
Nah, but John O'Ross is he's serious.
I met him once. I said, okay.
You play school sport against him, you see him at the Jaws and stuff like that, and you like, guys hate him for a reason. But they hate him because hated him for a reason.
No,
but you respect that guy, dog. Because he's the people's champ.
He's the captain of the Sail Sharks.
Sail Sharks, yeah.
How old are you?
Me,
yeah.
James. 24.
So he was your year, 24, eh?
No, John Ross was my year.
he was.
So he was 30.
I think he was my brother's matric, which was 08.
2008.
Yeah,
So
it was my year.
So 30, 31, 30.
31.
31. I met him once and I thought, okay, now I get it, Chief. There was a guy in my year, DHS captain. Quiet guy. Quiet. Went and captained the baby box to the World Cup. Everyone on the East Coast knew. Every school, every boys' school, I don't care how rich your parents are. Alistair Hargreaves walked in, gentlemen, take a seat.
Take a seat.
But there's nothing, he didn't, like, and Al's quiet. He's quiet.
But that's also the thing. It's like with Patrick Lambie. We all knew.
Yeah, he's a dude.
And he's also like very...
No, he's a dude.
But you know, that guy is the guy.
No, Lambie's a dude.
That guy's the guy, bro.
There's proper people out there. It's just this idea that Virat Kohli should be captain because
like,
he's the best it's like high school.
But you see his stats now, Virat Kohli. Guys, 51 innings without a test century.
I'm not saying he's a generational talent.
That's undisputed.
But if you're not Ganguly, also like captaining India is one of the hardest jobs
tough, dog.
in all of sport.
It's tough.
Is there a team with more fans in the world than India's cricket team?
But now tell me this, Ganguly, right? They gave it to Tendulkar, captaincy. Tendulkar was like, it's not for me. But Ganguly captained. This is just batting lineup. He captained Virender Sehwag, one of the most pulverizing openers.
Yeah.
Dravid, VVS Laxman,
yeah,
Tendulkar.
Yeah.
Dhoni started out under who?
Yeah.
Under Ganguly.
Yeah. And he's the head of Indian cricket, right?
Anil Kumble is also in that team.
No, legend. By the way,
you're speaking to people and you're the guy amongst them. You're telling them, guys, this is the direction I want us to go.
I wish more coaches would realize and it's such an... You know, it's called the Pygmalion effect. And I don't want to bore people with what it is. You can look up Pygmalion effect as to why coaches choose people like them. It's called Pygmalion effect. Look it up. Shout out to Kohli. He's had a great career, but he's not a captain. He's a brilliant... Like, do not get me wrong. He's a brilliant player. All right, let's move on. Shout out to India. And I think they've lost another wicket. But we'll catch up a little bit with the cricket score in a bit. Let's talk about something else. Barcelona, you know, in all crosses. Hey, Sins, you went to school in the northern side of Joburg, bro. It's like, I'm having such a tough time.
I'm having a mare, bro.
Yeah, because it's a crisis.
Having a mare, bro.
Like, Barcelona having a crisis right now. It's a tough time, you know, because Oaks they broke, bro. They got, like, no money because it's a crisis.
Now, what do you do if you're Barcelona right now? If you're let's say you, as you are right now, you are the president of Barca, right? You've decided to be the guy to see them out the storm. What is your first line of business? You
retire and move to a villa on the coast of Spain. That's what you do. I think you change your name because a lot of people hate you currently. And you retire in a foreign country or on the coast of Spain. One of the two.
Now, James, it's a good point that you've made there. Not sure if you're aware, but so they got a new old guy.
Yeah.
Who's the guy now? The guy who started, who created the whole mess.
Yeah.
It's Juan Laporte now. Juan Laporte. I forget what the other guy's name is. He had glasses. Bartomeu, nerd guy. He has put one of the greatest organizations to ever exist in the Mahia, as Senzo would say. So what do you reckon? If you him, the Bartomeu, what you doing? You're buying a villa. What? It's got to be a different country.
You got to dip, bruh. People hate you because you know how passionate.
You know where he's going to have to go? That Epstein Island. I mean, I don't want to get into what Epstein...
Well, maybe that might be a bad call too, because then that's a bit of a weird image you have.
No one wants to go to Epstein Island. I'm thinking, you know, he should go somewhere where no one wants to go. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you...
I'm saying, Bartomeu should move to Epstein Island. Like, you're such a horrible person.
Mm-hmm.
Just stay there. No one wants to visit you. And maybe you can pop over if you need bread and milk to, like, social life. But stay there, pal. You've just ruined everything for everyone.
My thing is, how do you not foresee a problem, right? How do you not foresee a financial issue of 1.35 billion?
Well, James, I mean,
paying Leo Messi $1 million a week.
But Messi deserves it though.
No, but listen,
I don't care who you are. I don't think you deserve $1 million a week. I don't care who you are, bro.
No, fair enough. What I'm saying is this, though, James. How many people you know in your life, they're driving a BMW, but they actually don't have stuff at home? And, you know, like, people are people. You know, we don't often make good decisions around money, especially men, because it is an ego thing. It makes it makes the organ in your pants feel an inch longer. And once, like, men are men. You know, at the end, I think people we always think of like highly qualified people as like aliens. They're just human beings. They are susceptible. So true, eh? And you know, you have to be honest. I'm not kidding. This is one of the greatest mismanagement tragedies in the history of organization.
It's like Enron. It's like one of those things, and you know what I mean?
How?
It's like the Wall Street crash, though.
How on God's green earth, right? The biggest TV show in the world is football. Nothing comes close. You are the biggest product in the biggest show in the world for the last 15 years. How do you not make that profitable? How do you not make that functional? I'm not even asking you to be Tesla. I'm not asking you to be Apple. Just stay functional. You're the biggest product in the world. And he's done this. Listen, allegedly, some of the stuff he's being accused of having done leads me to believe he's got to be, and football's full of scumbags, right? He's got to be one of the biggest scumbags football has seen in 50 years.
That's what I'm saying, because this doesn't happen overnight, dog. This does not happen overnight. How did we get to this point? How did we get to this? Guys, you were telling me that, dog, you have Lionel Messi, right? So I'm thinking back to that team that won Pep Guardiola, that team that won 6 trophies in one season.
Yeah, the alien team, yeah.
Probably the greatest football team of all time. And you were here now. Messi's out there. You don't have enough money to pay the guy of all guys.
The guy of all guys ever.
Ever.
Not just in his time.
But
I don't care how much you mismanage anything. You will make sure that guy is sorted out.
No, but that's the thing, though. That just shows how poorly managed the entire
James,
thing was, though. Because
I think, listen, let's be honest. There's a point where I think we're past poor management. The guy's a scumbag.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's a criminal.
Listen, if you lose 150, 200 million euros, unlucky, pal. It's going to happen. I mean, listen, we all make mistakes. You gambled on Coutinho, blah, 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 right? This is scumbag, because you know what? 2 billion euros of erosion doesn't happen with just one man. I believe that to do sort of this much damage to an institution, there needs to be 7 or 8 people involved.
It's a web.
He's put himself in situations and in touch over 10 years with people that are the height of scumbaggery. Because let me tell you something. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how smart you are. It's not possible to be 3 billion euros corrupt on your own. I don't care how smart you are.
There's a whole network. That's what I'm saying. This thing runs deep, dog. And this thing runs deep.
Listen,
we're only being told the surface of it.
We saw the Panama Papers, and people didn't want to believe how the real world works. And we've seen football leaks. Is like the FIFA, football world is so insidious.
FIFA.
I mean, nobody thought that. Like, we thought FIFA's corrupt. We've known that probably since the 80s, back in the day. No one thought that. No one thought
FIFA. Michel Platini.
But look what it took. It took the Caribbean to cooperate with Sepp Blatter for him to push a message onto Qatar, who pushed it onto Platini, who needed Falca to enable it. You understand what I'm saying, Jimbo? Yeah. Like 3 billion. 100 million, we can do by yourself.
You can easy.
You get 2 or 3 smart accountants.
Oh, that's one bad signing here. We give them these amount of wages. We haven't paid these. But 1 billion euros.
Speaking of which, you know who's always rich? Which is weird. It's people that own laundrettes. Because they're doing 2 different types of washing there. You ever seen these people pitch up at a laundrette? Guy drives the latest Merc. How?
But you see, you must question these things, dude. Like there's some clubs, there's people that are never there. During COVID, it's still open.
Yeah.
The owner drives the flashiest car. You're just like, guys, sense has to prevail.
No, but let's be honest. In nightclubs, we know that's to wash gangster money. And shout out to the gangsters. They work hard as well. You know what I'm saying? They're in business as well.
We do work hard.
El Gringo.
Shout out, James. Shout out, Jimbo.
No, but you're right. A billion just didn't happen by himself.
3 billion that's evaporated.
I wanted to make just one more point, and then you guys can do the whole Barcelona thing, right? So it's easy to look at this Barcelona thing on paper, or read the stats, and it says 1.3 billion in debt, and oh my gosh, it's such a large figure. But
some people are saying you're a large figure.
Don't do that. That's terrible. You're a horrible person. James, I'm sorry. And it went silent.
All right, James, no one's saying that. Go ahead.
You've thrown him off.
I'm just saying, that's what his lady said. The guy's relationship's in trouble.
Sure.
I back you.
You take that hard, James.
Sure. Now we're gonna try to turn this around.
Yeah. Let's turn it around. Let's stay positive because you're on a health movement right now, right?
So Senzo, what I'm saying is, because MKT's dead to me now.
Yeah.
It's easy to look at it on paper, right, and say 1.3 billion in debt.
I don't know.
It's a
even
large
on paper, yeah.
figure, right? But what I thought about when this first came out about how bad they're actually down. Like Barcelona were one of the, and still are, one of the most recognizable brands in the world, right?
Sure.
Which means at one point they did have one of the sort of highest, is the word net worth?
Sure.
Yes,
Whatever.
most valuable. Yeah.
Exactly. They were probably one of the most valuable, if not the most valuable company in the world at one point, right?
Sure. Yeah.
How much, whatever it is, cooking the books, theft, I don't know what you want to call it, whatever happened, how much of that do you have to do to take it from plus whatever billion to negative 1 billion? Negative 1 billion.
That's what I said. 2 billion, by the way. It's just hit the number 2 billion euros. But it's what I said. And your question is pertinent, and I think speaks to my point before, is that it's not possible. And I think, as Senzo said, we're just seeing sort of the cherry on top is when we
dig deeper.
And the problem with Spain, they've had this issue for a while it's a reflection, I believe, upon their society. And we have it in South Africa, is that, you know, how many footballers do you hear from Spain all the time? Oh, he's been caught for
tax evasion,
avoiding 45 million euros of debt. Like, oh my God, is he going to jail? But that's going to be rough. The guy's whipping in a corner the next game.
Honestly, because
Leo Messi, by the way, got caught for tax evasion. I love Leo Messi, but that happened. Cristiano Ronaldo, you know why he left?
Mourinho.
Do you know why? People must know why Ronaldo left.
Trouble.
Real Madrid stopped protecting him. And he was about to get in a situation. Jose Mourinho. Like in Spain, but in Spain it's like, hey, we live in that time. It's like getting COVID. It's like, oh my God, have you heard so-and-so? Have you heard so-and-so has COVID? How long do you isolate? Where do you stay? Were you guys together? You know what I mean? So shout out to Spain for you reap what you sow, bro. And you know why this one's even more sad, I would say. Barcelona's sad. Yeah. Because if you understand kind of the history of Barcelona as a region.
Yeah.
Barcelona means more to the Catalans than anything else. Remember, they have their own football team.
Yeah, the Catalonia.
So it is so sad.
So yeah, because if you're from that region, as a footballer, do you know what they list? They list your club career, then they list how many caps you got for Spain, then they list how many caps you got for Catalonia.
So sad.
What do you think Gerard Piqué is thinking right now?
Oh, Gerard Piqué is thinking, I'm fine. I own 50% of the company. I don't know if you saw this. I own 50% of the company that owns the TV rights to La Liga. No worries. That brought it in to be in. Gerard Piqué. By the way, people don't know, Gerard Piqué, royalty, his grandfather is one of the real founding members of La Masia and royalty at Barcelona. And guess what? I get home. Honey, I'm home. Those hips don't lie. Let's live a good life. Gerard Piqué is fine. Gerard Piqué is fine.
But like for me, this is sensational, bro.
Carles Puyol, Jordi Alba's still there. I mean, but the OGs.
Sergio Busquets.
It's tough. Sergio Busquets, he just took a pay cut. That's rough. All right. Listen, on the other side, Senzo will take us through the most reliable thing in the world. It's called social media, the MKT Show. See you on the other side. Right on.
All right. Who says that? Oh, Matthew McConaughey.
Hey, Matthew McConaughey, get a shirt, bro.
But dog,
When you look like that, eh?
boy, if I was that ripped, forget about it. Summer body. Everybody.
Would you be you strike me as the type of guy, if you, I don't know what kind of shape you're in, but if you were uber ripped, you'd be a nightmare, huh?
Dude, you see that parties the whole time. The guy, got the physique.
Yeah.
Let me put it that way. It goes one button down,
Yeah.
2 button, 3 button.
Yeah.
Oh, by the end of the jewel, they're carrying their shirt.
But
They
that's
think
his
it-
World Cup final.
They
right?
think it's Magic Mike.
That's his World Cup final.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of that, it's a lot easier for guys to show off their physique because, like, if a lady does it, everyone gets, like, the ladies hate her.
Oh,
Because-
and guys are like, they excuse for lack of a better term, they slut shame.
They do. But it's, like, if you're a lady and you work out, it's tough, right? Because
You can't really show
you
your
can't
physique.
really
You
do
show it
your
off.
thing. As dudes, like, people are like, oh, yes, yeah, that is a unit. Plus, you can have your shirt off. As a lady, you can't, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? If
you
you've got a
can't.
six-pack as a lady, bikini's as good as it's getting for you. you
Yeah.
know? That's tough. It's somehow sexist. I don't know how we turn that around.
Yeah.
It's probably a problem for our grandkids. So, which is fine. I don't want to deal with that problem. I'm saying suns out, buns out. Let's get going. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know what I mean? So
Yeah,
man.
yeah. It's hey, one problem at a time. One problem at a time. Shout out to those guys though who will wear the deep V and commit to it with a chain. I think the chain stops where the pecs.
With the
kinda
rosary.
meet. Yeah.
Come
Oh,
on.
it's always the rosary, dude. It's always the rosary, isn't it?
Man, you know it.
But you brought up a great point here. Shout out to the guys that have been obviously doing their thing. People like James's Lady and whatever. Is they ready to get back in the club now? Obviously, as James' Lady would never do this. She's a good Christian girl. But I'm saying, guys, those guys cannot wait to get to a club and rip their shirt off. James, you have any mates like that? You know the guy I'm talking about, right? Is like at the club, he's having 3-4 drinks. He's getting, hey, what you want? You need a shot? But right, no, how's it, Jimbo? Yeah, you've been around. Yes, nice to see you. It's been a while. That oak is 3 beers in, sort of 3 Jagies in as well. 4th beer, you know,
All bets are off.
because now that Avicii track drops, oh, he's got the single arm pump. Obviously, he's a white guy. Single arm pump, classic white guy dance thing. Hey, this one here, James, you've done it on the dance floor for sure. That guy, do you know any of them?
Of course he does.
So my friends know that I have this opinion. I cannot stand those guys. Honestly, I went to Ultra in 2015, right? And it was kind of cold, but there was still guys walking around with no shirts on, and their shirt was like tucked into their jeans. They're like, "Yeah, I'm the one. I'm the Aubrey. And it just every time I see it, I have like a mini freak out with my friends because it's like your mom probably bought you a shirt, right? Why, A, do you have to not wear it? And B, okay, you're wearing a shirt, but it's like a wife beater, it's like half a shirt. Like, wear a full shirt. Why do you have to wear...
Okay, so what is it about it that actually irks you, James? It's nice to see some passion from you.
I don't know what it is. It's just so... Like, you're in a public place, okay? First of all. And secondly, like, okay, cool. You have a body and you go to gym, and that's really great. But save taking your shirt off and showing it all off for when you're at the beach, right? Or swimming.
You're mental. They live in Joburg.
James, guys will tell you straight up in the club, this is what I gym for.
And then they'll go hard, huh? They'll
Off, boy. There's no yellow cards for taking off your top there at Ultra. There you're supposed to.
Yeah, listen, I mean, James, if you are going to Ultra, shout out to everyone there who's taking recreational narcotics and doing their thing, is Oaks Gym for Ultra. Back in my day,
It's the main event.
Wild Waters. I remember we used to
H2O.
We used to go to H2O.
H2O, yeah.
And that's their World Cup final, James. What do you want from them? Because you're happy, right? You've got your lady. She's obviously keeping up appearances in a lockdown. Your lady sounds like an absolute treat. I'm still not sure what's in it for her in being with you. But okay, that's a separate subject.
Wow, bro.
I mean, I at this stage, because she's addressed it, right, James? I'm not saying anything you haven't said. She came to you and said, "What are we doing?" And you said, "We're going to turn this train around." But it makes me think, what is she? She's kept it up in lockdown. So shout out to you, James, for making a great choice, first and foremost. I got to say that.
I try.
But having said that, I don't know what's in it for her. But okay, that's fine. Talk to me about this here, Jimbo. Is those Oaks, where else are they going to show it off, pal? I've been pumping these arms, buddy. Like, someone's got to see them. You know what I'm saying, my man?
When you go to St. Francis in December,
My
because
dog,
all of them
this
do...
You're not getting it, James. You're not getting it. You are not getting it. You are in their environment. Not the other way around. When in Rome, my man. When in Rome.
That's a pretty good point.
You go have your coffee, keep your shirt on here, my boy.
Yeah.
Oh, I cannot stand it. And my friends
go to
know
Ultra
I
then.
hate it. I hate it so much. It's one of my biggest pet peeves.
But James, here's what I'm saying. You still haven't explained to me why you hate it. Do you resent them? Do you wish you look like that? Do you think, in Senzo's tribe, the Zulus who tried to burn down the whole of South Africa a while ago, but that's a different thing. But they would say this. Is it because bakvalele ngaphandle, James?
That's the thing. You can't sit with us.
Oh, is that what you just said? You can't sit with us?
It's a bit of it's a closed circle. You know what I mean? It's like, is it because...
Bro, I'm happy with my circle and the people
don't go
I
to
hang
Ultra.
around with. I just...
So, but you're not telling me what you hate about it. So you have two options. Either you wish you looked like that, right? Number one. Or you're scared that maybe your lady's
Mr.
going...
Steven Fuzz.
It's neither of those.
So what is it?
So, okay.
It's the confidence.
Well, let's see.
What's the words? I can admit when someone has like a good body regardless of their gender, right?
Oh, very nice.
Anyway, I can admit it, right? But there's no need for you to be indoors around many other people and take your shirt off.
Okay, but James, you're now... Okay, so do you identify as heterosexual? So you find women attractive?
Yes.
Okay, so guys aren't for you, right?
It's not,
Yes.
You're not the target
So
market.
there we go. James, what I'm saying now is, again, we've found out this week quite a few things about you. And again, thoughts and press your relationship after your lady addressed that like a grown-up. But we've also found out you're maybe the most self-centered person in the world. And
It's
you're
true.
showing that again here now.
It's true.
Have you ever thought to yourself, just for a second, 90% of the ladies in there, because when you go to a club, right, you're not going to see who's read the latest Enid Blyton. That's not what we're. Come on now, right? We're not going there to discuss the latest Nora Jones album.
There's T20.
You know what? We're in a petri dish. Let's take some dynamite and go fish in a barrel. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening for men and women, by the way. Is 90% of the ladies in there who are single are losing their minds. So your thoughts on the fact that you are now the most self-centered human being? Have you ever thought the ladies love it?
I know a lot of girls, right?
Why? You're in a relationship. Why do you know a lot of girls?
Nazo!
No, let's address that. What do you mean you know a lot of girls? Who are these girls that you know? How come?
Am I not allowed to have or know girls?
No, you are, but a lot of them. I mean, does your lady know this?
Yeah.
Are there girls that she knows?
Yeah.
You had to think about it there, but okay, let's move past it. I think I'm putting you under a little bit too much pressure there. You ever thought about the girls who love it, James?
You're on the target market, Chief.
I know, I know girls. Okay.
As you've said,
a lot of them.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
Don't go for that kind of guy. That's
you don't know, dude.
I've got the pecs and the.
Okay, but so James, here's another dynamic. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. You know a lot of girls, whatever. That's well, news to your lady, and that's probably an awkward conversation next time you guys are having a beautiful glass of wine together. Jimbo, you ever thought of this? Is the girls you know that are around you are like you? What about the other? There's different types of girls who, where if they're at a club and woohoo, it's girls' night, they don't want to play Apex Legends on a Friday night, pal. I just want to
people work hard, bro.
Breaking news, right? Most girls that are at the club, woo, we in. You guys, am I weird? I just found a brutal freak.
Shots.
What about those ones, James? You're not thinking it's not just about you. Should we maybe finish it off? Your thoughts on, because James, I see what you're saying. Is that I think you're looking at it. The world is you are, and I say this from the bottom of my heart. One of the nicest people I've ever met in my whole entire life. Right? Is you. Probably don't even think the millions of girls you've told us you know is girls can be thirsty too, because I know girls always get presented as like, oh, the precious little petal, don't break her. There's, you know, in Xhosa, James, we say girls are so thirsty out here, James.
Also, have you
and it's Africa, it's hot.
And there are more women than men in this country.
I have some thoughts on that, but I'm
no. Oh, hey, James, please. We're in a content show. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm a smart guy. I'm not going to lead myself to that water and drink
leave
it.
What water? Okay, I'll tell you what. You don't have to tell me your opinion. What water was that headed to?
That I know that girls are thirsty.
How do you know that?
So I'm not going to
because you're a Christian boyfriend, a good Christian boyfriend. That's well said. James, you have said a lot of stuff today that... how long you give James' relationship?
I'm not going to comment on that.
You don't want to get involved.
You
don't like bad news. You don't like sadness. You don't like things ending. Is that what you're saying?
Nah, make comments and then either James is upset with me or his lady's upset with me. Yeah. I don't want. I'm getting down. And I don't know James' lady from above. Pardon?
Does anybody have Jub's number?
All right, let's move on.
You can write to him. There's a PO box. He'll get your text.
Let's move on. I mean, I because it's gonna sound like I want James' relationship to end. I don't want it.
As I said, I'm getting down.
But there are factors at play that lead me to believe over the last 6 months.
You've seen this movie before.
It's just you know what? It's not my first rodeo. Once the waters get rocky, it's very, very hard to get the boat going in the right direction.
Absolutely.
So shout out to James. Shout out to his lady. Yeah. You know, and can we also say this? Shout out to the thirsty ladies. Ladies,
there's a target market, boy.
Sun's out, buns out, sun's out, guns out. This is the time to quench your thirst. And don't listen to James. To the guys who take their shirts off, welcome to the gun show. And ladies love it. So for me,
if it didn't work, guys wouldn't do it.
Because men respond to incentives. So shout out to those guys. They clearly have a target market and they know what it is. Don't worry about James's hater rate.
Do you know that happens all the time? Like, I have these conversations like with girls. He's so hot.
Yes.
Yeah, in the club. Oh my God, he's an Adonis. and then you sober up, and then you have to go do stuff with this guy.
Yeah.
He's hot, but he's dumb though.
Oh no. Okay.
And then I said, but you went to a club. Like in the club, guys don't have time to be talking about world politics and like.
Yeah.
There's alcohol. There are people wearing next to nothing.
Yes.
You know, they're playing your music.
Yes. See on.
You were supposed to feel like you're in a music video. They do it on purpose. Come on now.
That's tough. It's tough for people to hear. Again, I can't say this enough. Thoughts and prayers to all of the relationships that are going to be ending, because once your partner sees somebody else who's better looking now in spring after having been locked up like a jailbird for 2 years, your relationship's over. If your relationship's on the rocks right now, thoughts and prayers, because it will be ending in the next 6 weeks. South Africa is 28 degrees today, folks. People are doing stuff, and this weekend there's no Premier League either. Expect relationships to start ending this weekend because people are up to stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yeah.
So thoughts and
it's
prayers.
spring.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Winter's over.
It's 28 degrees centigrade. It's around, that's around what, 90 Fahrenheit. So all the best. Senzo, let's move on to something else. Which, listen. For people that are thirsty, where are they right now? Social media.
Speaking of social media, yes, it's a brilliant setup. It's just that there's no graphic for this. Instagram is down.
Oh no.
They've tweeted that on Twitter, and they've got. I just sent James the graphic now, but because it just happened 6 minutes ago, it says on the one account.
Yeah.
Instagram is down. It's got Paul Pogba looking at his iPhone. Neymar doesn't know what to do. Ronaldo's got his head on his hands.
Right.
It's brilliant.
Okay, in the Southern Hemisphere, we are biased. Of course, weather happens all over the world. But Instagram is down in South Africa. I don't know if that's a global
worldwide,
thing.
Chief.
Listen, it's a summer thing. I'm telling you, the Southern Hemisphere is shutting down Instagram because I told you, sun's out, buns out, sun's out, guns out. Everyone is posting at the same time. Folks, it is spring day in the Southern Hemisphere. And boy, oh boy.
Yes.
Boy, oh boy. Every lady, every guy is advertising.
They are now on a Thursday, and you know, because now
Oh, my mate.
somebody's weekend plans are crumbling.
Everyone's gone to Cape Town this weekend that I know. Like the single guys I know, single girls I know, they are in Cape Town right now.
So now you can't even post your Insta story that you've landed.
No, it's because they were posting. All of them are posting at the same time.
So Instagram said, as in,
No, chief.
give me a break.
James, you got to say to yourself, you are very lucky that your lady is a phenomenal human being who doesn't do the Instagram posting. Because let's be honest. I mean, let's talk about this outside of your relationship. Like, let's talk. Hey, yo, real talk. Real talk.
Homie.
Real talk,
What?
homie. Has Instagram, I'd like to know your opinion, James. Has Instagram led to the end of more relationships than anything else that's ever been invented? Just your thoughts there, Jimbo.
I don't think Instagram, but I think Instagram's been the biggest cause, but I think social media in general.
Because what's happening? Well, like,
I think
how do these things happen?
like with the sort of rise in how cool it is to slide into DMs, or the fact that DMs are actually a thing.
He's nailed it.
I think it's also sort of like, I don't want to use this term, but like easy access, right?
Sure.
You can message a girl or flirt with a girl that's across the country in Cape Town, like you say.
Yeah.
I think social media in general, not just Instagram.
So, as a good Christian boyfriend that you are, great human, I mean, that's undisputed. Your advice to guys who get DM slides, and you know, do you have sort of a tactic? Let's get a 4-4-2 going here with a low block. You know, because that's the threat. Like, ladies, let me tell you what the threat is. The biggest threat to your relationship is not your mother-in-law. It's not the next door neighbor you saw at the party who you don't like. It's the DM sliding. James, any thoughts? Just some advice for the brothers out there. Oaks, what are we doing? DM slide. The lady who we met in Cape Town with my girlfriend, 6 months ago. She's, she looks like she looks. She slides in the DMs. Hey you. That's the one.
Hey you, smile emoji. Game over.
I don't know how DMs work. I don't
Shut
even know
up.
where to find them on Instagram.
That's such a great answer. All right, James, we've had enough from you. We're gonna actually get into the social media. Great Christian boyfriend. Senzo, see, James is someone who's got it together.
Yeah, no, he's
Because he knows, like, let's real talk. James is my guy, right?
no,
But he's reeling. He's reeling at the moment, and he's done well there to realize my relationship's already on the rocks. I don't need to say anything that'll incriminate me, and I respect that. That's why I love James. Is I respect that he knows when enough is enough. But let's go to social media and actually talk about some sports. Senzo, what you got, pal?
well, it's not really a sports. My first thing on social media is not really a sports thing, but it's a pop culture thing.
All right, let's hear it.
So, arguably the biggest musician on earth, put a
Madonna.
No, Drake.
Okay.
Put up billboards this week teasing about his new album. So they were starting to pop up. And if you read further into the story, it means that they're saying tomorrow's the day that Certified Lover Boy is coming out.
Shout out.
This album was supposed to come out in January.
Yeah. 12 months ago.
No.
Or no, what's that? 8 months ago.
8 months ago. But I think it has a lot to do because some other guy that he doesn't get along with,
Yeezy.
Donda, dropped. And now he wants to quieten that noise. And we all know when this guy drops, when Drake drops, the whole world stops. This guy, I'll say it right now. If that album drops tomorrow, that album's going to do over 1 billion streams this weekend.
Shout out to him. I must say, Drake and I have two things together. I'll make it about myself. It's my show. Is I do have a piece from Damien Hirst in my home right now. He's got a Damien Hirst cover that's been designed. If you don't know him, conceptual art, of course.
Yeah.
He is the guy who put a shark in formaldehyde and sold it for about 80 million pounds. So shout out Damien Hirst. Absolutely love him. And I've got a Damien Hirst piece in my house. So it's not a piece of art though. It's something he made for a friend of mine who left the country, and my friend just gave it to me.
Damien Hirst.
So myself and Drake, basically same guy.
Same WhatsApp
Same
group.
guy. We both have a Damien Hirst thing. Yeah. So is this the album here? Because I don't do American hip hop. So
Oh, and do you know what he did today? Because I just saw it trending. So he's going to all the artists that he's featured, and he's saying, "Hey, New York, the GOAT is here.
Okay.
The GOAT is on Certified Lover Boy." And when he's talking about the GOAT, he's talking about Jay-Z. Hey, Atlanta. Then he lists all the guys that come from Atlanta that are on his album. Clever bit of marketing.
No, he's brilliant. Drake is. You got.
He knows how to break the internet.
Him, Kanye, brilliant. Whoever you like.
But you must admit that the gimmick is very.
So you saying Drake and Kanye no go?
Nah, they have their thing, but I think
I like for me, I'm a very simple person. When guys fight and break up and it's they're not friends anymore, there's only two things: woman or money. What are they fighting over?
Both, in essence.
All right, what we got next? That's cool. Shout out Drake, and that's cool. He's talented. He's brilliant. He's innovative. He's global. He's dynamic. So shout out to Drake. Shout out to Kanye. Whoever's getting it. Not my kind of music.
They're all gonna get paid. And in this line of business, if people aren't speaking about you, then you're not doing anything.
Get the money, pal.
It's all about the bag, securing the bag.
Shout out. What else we got, Pop?
Oh yes, fantasy football on Premier League. Now the big reveal was Cristiano Ronaldo signing on fantasy football. They revealed how much he will cost you.
Yes.
On fantasy football, and he will cost you £12.5 million.
Unbelievable! Is he the most expensive player in the game?
He's up there.
Well, Mo Salah. I mean, they got Mo Salah. I think. Wow.
So that is how much Ronaldo is going to cost you. And
CR7, huh?
he's definitely going into my fantasy team.
Captain,
I won't even lie to you.
Triple captain, first week.
Sorry, Bruno, you're my captain, but now, Ronaldo's going to get in there. I just have to figure out how I'm going to pony up 12.5 because...
You know what the arrival of Cristiano Ronaldo makes me happy is that there's still dogs. And in and amongst the dogs, there's the head dog. Is that Jack Grealish just moved for £100 million. Nobody talked about that. Cristiano Ronaldo is back, and it is the biggest thing in. I mean, I've got people that
the biggest thing that has happened in the Premier League ever.
It's. I said Leo Messi was the biggest move in the history of sports entertainment, not just sport, and in fact, not just sports entertainment history. Because if you think about it, there's no way Paul McCartney would ever leave the Beatles at the peak of his powers to join Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Leo Messi shouldn't be leaving. Cristiano Ronaldo at his apex shouldn't be leaving. It's the two biggest moves in the history of entertainment, and I love it. Okay, 12.5 million. Oh, I'm not sure I'm rejigging for that price, but shout out Ronaldo. Yeah. What else we got there?
On Bleacher Report football. So they asked Robert Lewandowski if he'd wear a rainbow armband in support of the LGBTQ community. And this is what Lewandowski said. We're all humans. We all have emotions. And each person has a worth and should be supported. I don't think I would have the slightest problem with that.
Shout out.
So that's him saying, listen, I'm Robert Lewandowski.
Yeah.
I score goals. And I don't mind. Actually, I'm going to swag this thing. I don't care about the stigma and whatever. But he's totally right, man.
Yeah, I think it's... You know what? You know what makes it confusing? Like, I like this, but UEFA and FIFA must decide whether politics can or can't be in sport, because whether you like it or not, LGBTQI plus community that's a political statement, because it's called an identity politic. It's like, obviously with all the stuff that's happening with black players and stuff, I just don't like how they move the goalposts. Like, sometimes if it suits a certain narrative, it's okay to have your political message. Sometimes it's not. Like, it was tough because you saw with the Palestinian guys.
Yes.
When players had Palestinian flags, they're getting fined. Like, oh, no, how come I can't have that? But if I'm gay, straight, or LGBTQI, that's fine. Who decide? I want to know what's the process in deciding what politic is allowed and what isn't. Because for me, either we open up Pandora's box
and we go full in.
Because when guys are having Palestinian flags, why are you finding them?
Exactly. So it's either you ban it fully, or it's either Yonkin Tipiawasha, so it's a free for all.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't fly at all.
But for crying in a bucket, whose business is it? If I'm a man, I want to sleep with a man. Like,
what you do in your confines of your bedroom, that's your business.
Like, how disgusting are people that they think they should have a say on that? Now, are you a horrible person? Let's have a say on that. Gay, straight, pink, blue. I don't understand why people think they can get involved in what.
What do you always say about relationships and stuff?
You tell us. We'll close on this.
That relationships are not a team sport.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've got that. And by the way, James, you should probably listen to that advice and not listen to me. Dating's not a team sport. I'm single. You got a beautiful lady, so I must maybe shut the hell up and stop being a hypocrite. Get out of there. And but maybe you should listen to your lady as well and kind of do the health drive and take her on a picnic and be more romantic. I would probably do that, especially if she's been working out in the lockdown. That's tough. Thoughts and prayers to every relationship that's about to break up. Not James's at the moment, though. He's happily hitched, I'd probably say, at this stage. This is the MKT Show, folks. A lot of this today was not sports, but it's real life. This is real life. Real stuff happens. I'm a grown-up. Senzo's a grown-up. Senzo, great stuff today, pal. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the MKT Show. I am MKT, but for now, we are the hell out of here.